right, said Fred, climbing up a ladder with his left nut hanging in his hand. Bang, was he in trouble, half a ton of rubble, landed on the top of his nose. Here we go.
Distance, he's a massive kick with a drop punt, and as I said, that won't do his confidence any good at all. Mark Williams brings the ball back into play. Oh, classic grab by Nathan Buckley. That was a gem, up high, beautiful hands. That's what football's all about. He came from 3 deep and completed the mark. He's taking plenty of time. Right up in the field, he's lost the football and Foster's away, gives it away now to Buckley, bounces his way down the outer side. Still no one putting any pressure. He could go all the way. He's going to be shepherded now. 45 out. Can he do it? The kid gives it a belt and he's missed, I think. What a great goal that would have been. A sensational run from the half-back line, but just pulled it too far across goal. Had to sit, couldn't take it. Good handball by Darren Smith. That was a beauty. Buckley has one to beat. That was Roubre. He did it easy. He's a class act, and he banged it through by G. From there, gets it from Buckley, standing stark, shoots towards goal. Don't tell me he's done it again. Oh, what a sensational goal. Buckley boots his second.
Buckley will nearly kick a goal. Buckley kicks a goal. So there's some excuses for him. Worsfold's kick. The mark was taken by Buckley, coming into the play. Handball over the top, McLean. Back to Buckley. Watch this young fella do something with this. Nathan Buckley, one of the most talented young players in Australia. And he dobs it through the centre.
His 4th goal. Croft, centre of the ground. Buckley works to the front of Matera. And, well, it's not too much to say. He's carving him up at the moment, Nathan Buckley.
Burke a little bit slow. Oh, underneath the legs. It's not Peter Matera's day. Oh, have a look at this. What's this kicking now? Buckley from 60 metres, a booming kick, but it's wide. Just before that, Ben Allen tries to get in a hand pass. Well played by Buckley. That is skill. Now Nathan Buckley on the right foot from a standing position, brings it up in front of goal. Merritt shoves Linford out.
Youngster, Ruckman, playing just his 5th game. Off to Buckley. And Buckley just racing away from Jarman.
Tireless worker. Brunton sees it virtually kicked out of his hands. Down towards centre wing. Buckley's running. Takes the hand pass now, Nathan Buckley. Now, he might just about kick this from 53 metres. Nathan Buckley lets go, and he has kicked the beauty. Plays on quickly now. Buckley will roost this. Away he goes. Oh, look at that for a kick. What a sensation.
My next guest is in that particular mode. He has probably the ability to be one of the all-time greats. The problem with modern-day football is that so many accolades are put on young players that perhaps it does get a little bit of out of hand. This boy, young man, call him what you may, won a Magarey medal before last year winning the AFL Rookie of the Year award. Now with Collingwood, formerly of Brisbane Bears, please give a warm Channel 7 welcome to Nathan Buckley. Good to see you, Nathan. Come across and sit down. You would have to be out of Australia not to realise the hype that has been put on you, not only for the Collingwood Football Club, but you as a person. How are you handling it?
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to handle at times, but I think I've always sort of been pretty hard on myself, and sort of the pressure I have on myself to perform is a pretty heavy pressure on its own. So when you sort of put that next to everything else, I think that's probably the worst pressure, the hardest pressure I have.
My spies tell me that you were waiting outside the Brisbane Bears rooms last week to go in and speak to your friends. This is excellent. You have warm feelings about Brisbane. Yeah,
definitely. I've had no bad experiences there at all, and the reasons for leaving weren't a reflection on the Brisbane Bears Football Club at all. It was just a reflection of where I thought where my football desires lied, and that was to be in a football town such as Melbourne. And I've made a lot of friendships at the Bears, and I was keen to catch up with a few of the blokes.
Tell us about your childhood, your parents, your junior football. The greatest asset in anything is self-discipline, whether you're in business or whether you're playing football or just in everyday life. Self-discipline seems to me to be the criteria for being a pretty decent sort of a person, and you've obviously learned it early.
Yeah, I think when I was younger, I probably wasn't really self-disciplined. I think it was sort of drummed in by Dad in my late teen years, really, and probably the experience of being in a football club like Port Adelaide sort of teaches you a bit of that self-discipline. I think without those formative years at Port, I think that's where I learnt the work ethic, and I think that's carried through. And
John Cale, a former Collingwood coach, did he have a great influence on your development?
Definitely. Jack was very supportive, and always wanted to pick out areas of your game that you can improve on. And I think he realised that there was a bit of a talent there, and just had to hone it in the right areas. And definitely, the people around Port Adelaide always make you work on your weaknesses.
The expectations of you were enormous. Do you think it was a bonus for you to be able to go to Brisbane, a lower side, perhaps less pressure? Not a lot of people would recognise you up there before you went to Collingwood. Do you see that as a vital part of your development?
Yeah, I think that'll be hard to assess until for another couple of years, I suppose, until I find out exactly what it's like to play with Collingwood. I enjoyed the Bears. I found that it was good to be. The anonymity was good because I mean, you weren't recognised all the time, and it was a change. But at least here you've got the choice of whether you want to be quiet or whether you can be seen, whatever.
I've spoken on Melbourne radio about the pressure on young Wiedemann from Adelaide. I think the man has got to make it consistently, and I say that with the greatest respect, but the adulation of the Adelaide Crow makes the expectations of the man, puts him under such great pressure. Have you seen that sort of pressure at Collingwood yet? No,
not really. Obviously there are people around the club that have put in a lot of work to get me there, and I mean, they don't want me to play bad. Obviously there is pressure on me to perform, so at this stage there hasn't been a lot of pressure there, but I suppose if I start playing a few average games, it'll come along, but hopefully I don't get to that stage.
Is this what you want to do at this stage of life? Do you realise that you only get one chance? And I speak to young people all over Australia and I say, don't miss a minute. Do you realise the opportunity you have in life?
Yes, I realise that I've been sort of given a bit of a talent from, well, it's come down from Dad, I suppose, and he sort of installed the self-discipline in me that you were talking about. And I've got a chance to do something good with it, so I suppose I have to make the most of it while I can.
Well, we look forward to a very, very big year from you because the expectations of the adoring public are great. But you've got what it takes, and we look forward to, well, having you on again and just having a look at your progress.
Thanks very much, Rex.
OK, Nathan Buckley. In the meantime, have a great week in football. I'm Rex Hunt, and you're not.
Well, you work to earn a living, but on weekends comes the time you can do whatever turns you on. Get out and clear your mind. Me, I like football. Well, there's a lot of things around, but when you line them up together, the footy wins hands down. Now there's a lot more things to football than really meets the eye. There are days when you could give it up, there are days when you could fly. Now you either love or hate it, depending on the score. But when the team run out or they kick a goal, how's the mighty roar?